Okay, guys, so I want to tell you what happened. Um, I don't know if any of you are going to believe it. Um, well, as you've all known, they've been hacked into my stuff for the past 7 years. I had no idea to what extent they were hacked into my stuff. It was only last Friday that I found that article by McAfee stating that if they know your phone number, they can hack your SIM card and then they can just take over your phone. Um, And I've been telling you guys this the whole time that I see them moving things around on my phone. And yet every time I call Apple, they tell me it's impossible. Nobody can break into an iPhone. You know what it reminds me of? All the time I was trying to tell people how abused I was by my psychopath ex-husband, and no one believed me. Till this day, they all say what a wonderful person he was, and I am the piece of shit. Even my own kids. Okay? So it reminds me of the same thing. Here I am telling people over and over again, my iPhone is hacked into. Nobody wanted to believe me. Um, so this whole past weekend, I had my two laptops they were hacked into, my two cell phones they were hacked into, and my work computer they were hacked into. And what I just realized was about 3 months ago, the second doctor that I worked for, and I had been working for him for over a year, he decided he didn't want to stay with the company anymore because the system was unreliable. The system that I used to hear him while he was in the room with the patients, uh, I kept losing the audio on it. Well, it was Nithyananda and his goons doing that because they were hacked into the system. They were shutting off the audio so that the doctor couldn't hear me. And finally, the doctor got fed up. And now that's one less doctor that I have to work with. So I also was not being paranoid that they were hacked into my work computer either. They literally are trying to prevent me from working. Um, I am so dumbfounded by all of this. I cannot even begin to tell you. I cannot even begin to tell you why they would do this to me. Someone who has never been to that Adenum. I didn't know their little secrets. It was his general in his army, Sarah Landry, that came out and told everybody his secrets. And I want you all to understand one other thing here. Dritta has taken over Sarah Landry's old position. This is exactly what Sarah Landry was doing to me for 5 years while she was at that Adenum. Did she go ahead and tell all of you how he hacks into people's phones and how they monitor your calls? Did she tell you any of this? Because what I would like to understand is how, if she did tell you this, how none of you tried to help me. None of you tried to help me. And you want to call yourself spiritual? You're in a spiritual community? You're following a spiritual guru? You've all seen what they've been doing to me. Because I said I refuse to be a victim any longer. I told him for years now, get your goons out of my stuff and I will never mention your name again. He refused. What was the reason that he had to be listening to my phone calls? Do you understand the invasion of privacy that has been going on here for 7 years? These parasites, cockroaches, have been actually in my cell phones and listening to my phone calls for the past 7 years. And how do I know this? Well, 7 years ago, it was when I first was fighting with Sarah Landry about stop bashing Christians and stop bashing the West. All of a sudden, I had a video on one of my Facebook pages that I had made while I was healing in the dark night of the soul, and I wanted to take it down. And I couldn't find out, how do you take the video down? There was no way for me to take the video down. And I looked it up. How do you delete videos on Facebook? And it said there should be a delete video button in the upper right-hand corner. There was no delete video button. They were already hacked into my stuff. They've been hacked into my stuff this entire time. So they've taken over those 2 pages. That's where uh, I had that page my entire life. That's where, if any of my family wanted to contact me, that's where they would have contacted me. Page is gone now. They tried to, after I just factory reset my phones, they tried to make it impossible for me to get my AOL email back. That is the last remaining thing that my family has to ever try to get in touch with me if they ever want. Because that other borderline, Bonga Tarot, had my page shut down. I knew they were watching me on that page. I sit here and I am dumbfounded. I am dumbfounded by all of this. And these people want to say that they're in a spiritual community. And you all want to stick up and stand up for that borderline Sarah Landry. This is what she was doing to me for 5 years. She is a criminal. So now ask yourself, did she tell you all how to protect your phones because she knew what he was doing? And if she did, then ask yourselves, not one of you attempted to reach out to me to help me. And here I am every single day fighting with Nithyananda and his goons to help you. And really the thing that stands out to me is none of them, not one of them, not Ganga, not Nithyananda, not Sarah Landry, not the blissful athlete, not any of them ever have taken into account their own behavior. They're all, and all of you are all just looking at me because I kept calling them out. Well, I hate to tell you people, you've all been conned, you've all been snowed, and I've been telling you this the whole time. The one person that I know for sure was attacked was Rhetoric Indian. He literally gave out his phone number over the internet when he first started doing his videos about Nithyananda. He literally gave out his phone number. That's all they need is your phone number, and they will take over your phone. They will live like a virus in your phone and not do anything out of the ordinary just to see what you're doing. So, if Sarah Landry has not told you how they're doing this, then you need to reset your phone to factory settings and get that SIM card out of there. The mistake that I made this time was that I factory reset one of my phones, but not the second phone because I would have had no way to retrieve my iTunes account because I wouldn't have had that phone number anymore. So I wanted to wait for one phone to come back up, and then I was going to reset the other phone. And it was a stupid thing to do because then they got back into everything. They're like friggin' roaches. That's all they are. So last night, as a matter of fact, after I made that video saying I fought the parasites and the source one, well, I have an app on my phone for my security router. There was a breach in the router. And when I clicked on the tab where that breach was, they went right for my work computer. They went right for my work computer. I had to dismantle everything last night. The only thing that I could say is if Nithyananda's got such a problem with what I say, you should learn to behave better, number one. And number two, if he's attacking me because his people are seeing what I'm saying, then get your skanks out of here. That's all I could say. You're the one who sent them here. You must have wanted them to hear this. So don't play the victim. Don't play the victim. That's what you psychopaths do best, Mr. Persecuted. Don't play the victim. You're the one who has done this to me from day one. I'm I don't even know. I'm literally in shock right now. I'm literally in shock. From 7 years ago. And here he was pretending like he was my guru. And the whole time he was hacked into my phone. Why? I was a nobody. I had no money. I had no friends. I had no following. The only reason I had a YouTube channel was because I refused to go to a therapist and I was healing online. So all the people I knew were from the narcissistic abuse community. Why was he hacked into all my stuff like this? Why? None of it makes any sense. None of it does. But the only thing that I know is this is what your girl Sarah Landry was doing to me for 5 years. This is why I can't stomach that borderline. That's why I can't stomach her. And you all want to look down on me like I got a bad attitude. I would like to give you I can't even think of the word. I would like to tell you to try living through what I have lived through. Hey, this is not even including losing my children, my grandchildren, my whole family. This is just talking about what I've been through with Nithyananda and Sarah Landry and now the Blissful Athlete and all their other goons now. And here you all are sticking up for her. And once again, she ostracized me from that group. The same way Nithyananda ostracized me from that Sangha. But you see, everything that I did out in public, they're doing behind the scenes. Everything. As a matter of fact, my name is Mother Teresa because I don't do nearly the stuff they do. Yeah, I speak my mind when I'm angry. Back then, I was cursing like a truck driver as I was healing through all that trauma. Um, but I'm as honest as they come, and I will help anyone, as you can see, what I have gone through to continue to try to help you people. And I have to really ask myself, why? Why am I continuing to do this? None of you are grateful. None of you. And not one person has ever attempted to help me or support me. And I'm baffled. I'm baffled how much into sleep you people are to even think that you're spiritual seekers. You're nothing close. You're nothing close. You're all abusers. And that's what I said. But you see, I am a spiritual person to my soul. That's why I continuously help you. No, I will never understand why this is happening. I will never understand why this is happening. But I will say it again. I will be no one's victim ever again. And that little he-she, Mac-up wearing he-she should have really listened to me. He's underestimated me this entire time. Well, this thing here is sending me sandalwood now. What does that mean? What does that mean? Mac up? Mr. Mac up? What does it mean? This thing is sending me sandalwood here. I don't want this thing here. Get it away from me. You puke. I don't want anything to do with you. Burn in hell and rot in prison. That's really all I have to say to you anymore. So what I have to do now is just keep my cool and think logically on what I have to do. So I can keep my work computer safe and I can continue doing what I enjoy doing, which is speaking about Nisargadatta's teachings and reading Nisargadatta's books. Because these skanks are not going to prevent me from doing what I want to do.